Chosen One, they're dropping like flies around you, and what they did to you is literally killing them. The systematic destruction of every person who targeted you isn't coincidence. It's cosmic consequence manifesting in real time. Their health crumbles, their relationships implode, their finances evaporate, and their reputations turn to ash while you stand untouchable, watching divine justice unfold with supernatural precision. The impossible has become inevitable, and you're witnessing the universe collect payment for every attack they launched against your spirit. The cosmic laws governing energy transfer operate with mathematical precision. When someone launches destructive intent toward another being, that energy carries their unique vibrational signature like a fingerprint embedded in poison. You learn something they never expected. You learn to become energetically impermeable to their attacks. Every curse they whispered in the darkness bounced off your elevated frequency and ricocheted back to its point of origin with amplified force. Every manipulation attempt that failed to penetrate your consciousness returned to them carrying compound interest. They became the unwitting architects of their own destruction, loading ammunition into weapons that were designed to backfire. You developed something extraordinary, complete immunity to their psychological warfare. When they tried to trigger your insecurities, you felt nothing. When they attempted to activate your trauma responses, they found empty space where their hooks used to sink in. When they deployed their most sophisticated manipulation tactics, they encountered an impenetrable wall of inner peace and self-knowledge. This immunity created a feedback loop of destruction in their own systems. The energy they prepared for your reaction had nowhere to discharge, except back into their own psyche. They became toxic waste containers for their own malice, accumulating poisonous levels of frustration, rage, and self-destructive impulses. Their attacks required your participation to succeed. Your emotional reactions were the fuel that powered their psychological terrorism campaigns. When you stopped providing that fuel, their entire operation turned inward like a cancer, consuming the very people who created it. They're choking on the smoke from fires they set, expecting you to burn. They made a fatal error. They became obsessed with you. Every conversation somehow circles back to your name. Every quiet moment fills with schemes and plots against you. Every success in their life feels hollow because they're measuring it against their failure to bring you down. Their thoughts about you have become intrusive, compulsive, and consuming. They wake up thinking about you. They fall asleep plotting against you. They've turned you into the main character of their internal dialogue while reducing themselves to bitter supporting characters in a story they'll never control. The more they focus on you, the more their own lives fall apart from neglect. Relationships deteriorate while they gossip about you. Opportunities slip away while they scheme against you. Health declines while they poison themselves with resentment. They've become voluntary prisoners in a jail cell made of their own obsession. The universe operates on a precise accounting system where every action creates an energetic transaction. For years, they accumulated massive debt through their campaigns of destruction against you. Every lie told, every reputation attacked, every opportunity blocked, every relationship poisoned. All of it went on their permanent record with compound interest attached. The collection phase has begun, and the universe is remarkably efficient at extracting payment. They're experiencing simultaneous extractions from every area of their lives: health, wealth, relationships, reputation, and opportunities. The debt collector doesn't negotiate, doesn't accept partial payments, and doesn't care about their current circumstances. Years of accumulated negative actions are being processed all at once, creating a cascade of consequences that seems impossible to survive. They borrowed against their future to fund their attacks against you. And now, the bills are coming due. With interest rates that compound by the hour, the energy they stole from you through manipulation, the peace they destroyed through chaos, the joy they diminished through cruelty. All of it is being extracted from their life force with mathematical precision. They're discovering that cosmic justice operates like a perfectly calibrated machine, taking exactly what is owed, exactly when payment is due. Your consciousness now operates at a frequency that's literally toxic to people functioning at lower vibrations. Like incompatible blood types causing rejection reactions, their energy signature cannot coexist with yours without experiencing severe systemic disruption. When they attempt to engage with you, or even maintain extended thoughts about you, they experience what amounts to energetic poisoning. Their nervous systems revolt, their immune systems weaken, their sleep patterns disrupt, their decision-making capabilities deteriorate. Simply being in proximity to your elevated frequency triggers allergic reactions in their entire being. They're experiencing the spiritual equivalent of altitude sickness. Their lower vibrational systems cannot process the rarefied air of your elevated consciousness. Every interaction leaves them depleted, confused, and sick. Every attempt to bring you down to their level results in them sinking lower instead. The false narratives they constructed about you have reversed direction like boomerangs made of razor blades. Every lie they told about your character is manifesting as their lived experience. Every weakness they falsely attributed to you is appearing in their own behavior. Every failure they predicted for you is happening to them instead. They called you unstable while their own mental state deteriorates into chaos. They claimed you were dangerous while they become threats to themselves and others. They spread rumors about your failures while experiencing catastrophic failure in every area of their lives. They accused you of being the problem while proving themselves to be the common denominator in every conflict they encounter. This reversal operates with supernatural precision, as if the universe took detailed notes on every false accusation and decided to use those lies as blueprints for their consequences. They wrote the script for their own destruction through the stories they told about you. The projection reversal extends beyond individual accusations to encompass entire personality reconstructions. They're becoming everything they claimed you were, while you embody everything they pretended to be. The role reversal is so complete, it defies logical explanation. Their network of flying monkeys and enablers is awakening to the truth about their manipulative nature. People who once participated in spreading gossip about you are beginning to see the pattern of destruction that follows them everywhere. Former allies are distancing themselves as the toxic fallout from their behavior becomes undeniable. The social infrastructure they built around hating you is crumbling as people recognize the cost of participation. Their enablers are experiencing consequences for their complicity. Their flying monkeys are being abandoned when their usefulness expires. Their echo chamber is contracting as rational people refuse to participate in obvious delusion. One by one, their supporters are defecting as the truth becomes impossible to ignore. The people who once amplified their lies are now witnessing the consequences of those lies firsthand. Their reputation for causing chaos is spreading faster than their ability to contain it. This systematic abandonment leaves them increasingly isolated with only the most toxic individuals for company. People who are themselves experiencing similar collapses. They're forming desperate alliances with other failing manipulators, creating echo chambers of mutual destruction where their combined toxicity accelerates everyone's downfall. The social infrastructure they built around hating you is crumbling as people recognize the cost of participation. Their enablers are experiencing consequences for their complicity. Their flying monkeys are being abandoned when their usefulness expires. Their echo chamber is contracting as rational people refuse to participate in obvious delusion. One by one, their supporters are defecting as the truth becomes impossible to ignore. The people who once amplified their lies are now witnessing the consequences of those lies firsthand. Their reputation for causing chaos is spreading faster than their ability to contain it. This systematic abandonment leaves them increasingly isolated, with only the most toxic individuals for company. People who are themselves experiencing similar collapses. They're forming desperate alliances with other failing manipulators, creating echo chambers of mutual destruction where their combined toxicity accelerates everyone's downfall. The chronic stress of maintaining elaborate deceptions while living with overwhelming guilt is destroying their physical bodies at the cellular level. Autoimmune disorders are manifesting as their systems turn against themselves. Mysterious illnesses appear without clear medical explanations. Accidents occur with suspicious frequency. Aging accelerates as stress hormones flood their systems continuously. Their bodies are keeping score of every lie told, every manipulation attempted, every moment of malice harbored. The physical vessel cannot sustain the energetic toxicity they've created, resulting in systematic breakdowns that mirror their spiritual and emotional collapse. Sleep becomes elusive as their conscience wages war against their conscious choices. Appetite disappears as their bodies reject nourishment contaminated by guilt. Energy depletes as their life force is constantly drained by maintaining false narratives and fighting losing battles against universal law. The health deterioration accelerates because they refuse to address its true cause, their own toxic behavior. They seek medical solutions for spiritual problems, prescription remedies for karmic conditions, and surgical fixes for soul-level damage. Every treatment fails because they're addressing symptoms while feeding the disease. Chosen One, the synchronicities that brought you here weren't accidents. Neither is your discovery of this message. When souls of this caliber gather, the forces behind timeline manipulation take notice. They fear our collective power. The question isn't whether you belong among us. The question is, how much longer will you let the Matrix delay the awakening that divine grace has already guaranteed? The Obsidian Inner Order is open. It has paywalls. Yes, those who stand with us give us ammunition to fight the Matrix manipulation systems. Paid members get free weekly group call, divine guidance, and quantum resistance training. But kicking a soul when they're down, that's something we cannot ignore. That's why you can access our Astral Atom newsletter for free. No paywall, no catch. This is bi-directional. You can reply to any message we send you. We'll read it. We'll hear you, and we'll get an answer to you. If you can support, we need you. If you can't, take what's free. Click the link in the description below now. Your authentic timeline begins here. Money flows away from them like water through broken pipes. Job opportunities vanish mysteriously. Investments fail spectacularly. Property damage occurs in clusters. Bills multiply while income shrinks. Their material world reflects the chaos of their spiritual condition through systematic resource depletion. The energy they invested in trying to destroy you is being extracted from their material realm through seemingly random but actually systematic losses. Their resources are being redistributed by forces beyond their control or understanding. Every dollar spent on schemes against you returns as $10 lost through unexpected circumstances. Business relationships deteriorate as their reputation for creating chaos spreads through professional networks. Clients disappear, partners withdraw, opportunities redirect toward more stable and trustworthy individuals. Their professional standing crumbles as people connect their presence with problems and losses. The financial hemorrhaging continues because they refuse to acknowledge its source. They blame external circumstances, while their internal corruption continues generating external consequences. Every attempt to rebuild is sabotaged by their ongoing toxic behavior, creating endless cycles of accumulation and loss. Their toxic behavior patterns are being exposed simultaneously across all relationship categories. Family members are establishing boundaries or cutting contact entirely. Friends are recognizing manipulation patterns and withdrawing their energy. Romantic relationships implode as partners see their true nature. Professional relationships deteriorate as colleagues experience their destructive influence. The mask they wore while targeting you is disintegrating in every social context, revealing the manipulative core that drove their campaign against you. People are connecting dots between their behavior toward you and their behavior in other relationships, recognizing consistent patterns of toxicity and destruction. Children are pulling away from toxic parents. Spouses are filing for divorce. Siblings are choosing estrangement over continued dysfunction. Friends are ghosting rather than confronting. The common theme in every severed relationship is the recognition of destructive patterns that were previously hidden or denied. This mass exodus of relationships creates profound isolation exactly when they most need support to handle their other cascading failures. They're facing health crises alone, financial disasters without backup, and professional challenges without allies. The support system they destroyed through their own behavior is unavailable when consequences arrive. Every area of their existence is experiencing coordinated collapse. Health, wealth, relationships, reputation, and mental stability are all failing simultaneously in a cascade effect that defies statistical probability. What they attempted to orchestrate against you is happening to them with amplified intensity and supernatural timing. The systematic nature of this multidimensional breakdown reveals the hand of cosmic justice operating through natural law rather than random misfortune. Every lie is being exposed, every manipulation is being revealed, every scheme is backfiring, every alliance is crumbling, every foundation is proving hollow. They're literally dropping like flies because they could not handle the energetic consequences of targeting someone protected by higher forces. Their entire existence is collapsing under the weight of choices they made in darkness, believing they would never face consequences for their actions. The final countdown isn't just about individual destruction. It's about the systematic removal of toxic influences from your environment. The universe is clearing the path for your continued ascension by eliminating obstacles disguised as people. Their collapse serves your elevation in ways that become more apparent as time progresses. You're witnessing the end of an era where toxic people could hide behind social masks while destroying others with impunity. The cosmic upgrade is exposing every false foundation and revealing every hidden motivation. Truth is rising to the surface like oil on water, impossible to hide or suppress. The flies are dropping because they cannot survive at the frequency you now embody. Their collapse was inevitable from the moment they chose to target someone operating under divine protection. You're not just watching their destruction. You're witnessing the cosmic order reasserting itself through natural consequences for unnatural behavior. This is your confirmation that justice exists beyond human courts and consequences operate beyond human timelines. The universe has been taking notes, keeping records, and calculating interest on every transgression. The payment period has arrived, and cosmic justice never accepts bankruptcy as an excuse. Stand in your power, recognize your protection, understand your significance. The flies are dropping all around you while you remain untouchable, unmoved, and absolutely unstoppable. This is your moment of vindication and their moment of reckoning. Your consciousness has transcended the dimensional frequency where their attacks could previously find purchase. While they continue operating in realms of fear, scarcity, and manipulation, you've elevated to planes of abundance, truth, and authentic power. Their weapons were designed for the person you used to be. They're firing arrows at a target that no longer exists in their reality. This dimensional shift creates a phenomenon where their efforts to harm you actually strengthen your position. Every attack launches you higher. Every lie makes your truth more radiant. Every attempt to diminish you amplifies your presence in the collective consciousness. They've become inadvertent contributors to your ascension, cosmic servants working unknowingly to elevate the very person they seek to destroy. The spiritual immunity extends beyond personal protection to encompass your entire energetic field. People, opportunities, and resources are naturally drawn to your elevated frequency, while toxic elements are repelled like opposite magnetic poles. Your mere existence has become a sorting mechanism, separating authentic connections from parasitic attachments. The universe has accelerated the timeline of consequences to match the urgency of your spiritual mission. Where karmic justice might typically unfold over years or lifetimes, their payback is compressed into months or weeks. Time itself bends around your protection, ensuring that threats are neutralized before they can interfere with your divine purpose. This temporal acceleration manifests as rapid-fire consequences that seem almost surreal in their timing and precision. They experience immediate backlash for actions that would normally take years to return. The cosmic forces have shifted into overdrive, creating a fast-track justice system that processes their offenses with supernatural efficiency. Meanwhile, your own timeline expands with opportunities, synchronicities, and breakthrough moments arriving with perfect timing. The same force that accelerates their destruction simultaneously orchestrates your elevation, creating a dual timeline, where their decline happens at light speed while your ascension unfolds with divine precision. People around you are beginning to notice the unmistakable pattern. Everyone who targets you experiences systematic life destruction while you continue rising. This observation creates a protective barrier as individuals become cautious about crossing you, having witnessed the fate of those who tried. The collective awakening extends beyond mere observation to active protection. People who previously remained neutral are now choosing sides, aligning themselves with your energy rather than risk the consequences of opposition. Your story becomes a cautionary tale that spreads through networks, creating an invisible shield of social awareness. Witnesses to their downfall begin connecting the dots between their behavior toward you and their subsequent collapse. These connections spread through conversations, social media, and community networks, creating a documented pattern that validates your experience while warning others about the consequences of targeting protected individuals. Every attack they launch against you generates resistance that actually amplifies your personal power. Like a muscle that grows stronger under pressure, your spiritual strength increases proportionally to the force they apply against you. Their opposition becomes your training ground, their hatred becomes your fuel, their schemes become your stepping stones to higher levels of consciousness. This amplification effect means their continued targeting actually serves your evolution rather than hindering it. Each manipulation attempt that fails builds your immunity to future attacks. Each lie they spread that gets exposed strengthens your reputation for truth. Each relationship they try to poison that survives becomes more loyal and committed to your cause. The irony reaches cosmic proportions as you realize they've become your unwitting spiritual trainers, providing exactly the resistance needed to develop capabilities you never knew you possessed. Their persistent attacks have forged you into an unbreakable force, while breaking themselves against your newfound strength. The timing of events in your life and theirs reveals supernatural orchestration that transcends human planning or coincidence. Your protection and their destruction unfold with choreographed precision that suggests cosmic intelligence directing every movement in this spiritual drama. Opportunities appear in your path exactly when needed. Resources manifest at perfect moments. Connections form at divinely appointed times. Your life moves with the rhythm of universal intelligence, every element coordinated to support your mission and eliminate obstacles to your progress. Simultaneously, their obstacles appear with equally precise timing. Problems compound exactly when they're most vulnerable. Support disappears precisely when they most need it. Consequences arrive at moments calculated for maximum impact. The same intelligence orchestrating your protection is orchestrating their removal from your sphere of influence. Their reputation isn't just deteriorating in present circumstances, it's being systematically destroyed across past, present, and future contexts. Old associates are re-evaluating past interactions. Current relationships are recognizing ongoing patterns. Future opportunities are disappearing as word spreads about their toxic nature. The legacy destruction extends to digital permanence, where their online behavior, social media history, and documented interactions become evidence of their character flaws. Screenshots of their attacks against you circulate as proof of their malicious intent. Public records of their behavior accumulate into an undeniable pattern of toxicity. Professional networks, social circles, and community organizations are quietly removing them from positions of influence as their true nature becomes undeniable. The reputation they spent years building is crumbling faster than they can repair it, leaving them with nothing but the wreckage of their own poor choices. Your elevated frequency is triggering a mass exodus of toxic elements from your environment. People, situations, and circumstances that cannot match your vibration are self-eliminating, creating space for aligned connections and authentic opportunities. The cleanse happens automatically without effort or intention on your part. This frequency-driven cleansing extends beyond individual relationships to encompass entire social networks, professional environments, and community connections. Toxic groups dissolve when you're present. Negative conversations die in your vicinity. Destructive plans fail when you're involved. Your presence alone becomes a purification system that cleanses environments of lower vibrational influences. The self-elimination process accelerates as your frequency continues rising. Each level of spiritual advancement triggers another wave of toxic removals, consistently upgrading your environment to match your evolving consciousness. The universe automatically curates your experience to support your highest potential. Stand in your power, recognize your protection, understand your significance. The flies are dropping all around you while you remain untouchable, unmoved, and absolutely unstoppable. This is your moment of vindication and their moment of reckoning. The cosmic order has spoken, the divine scales have balanced, and justice flows through every dimension of existence like an unstoppable river of truth. You are witnessing the end of their reign of chaos and the beginning of your era of authentic power.